Most people repeat the Emerald Tablet like a slogan. As above, so below. They put it on posters. They tattoo it. They say it like it's a vibe. But almost nobody actually explains what it means in a way you can use. So let's do what most won't. First, historically, the Emerald Tablet is a short Hermetic text that survived through translation, copying, and centuries of interpretation. That means the exact original form is debated. But the core principle that survives across versions is consistent. Reality mirrors itself through levels. And this is where people get stuck, because they think, as above, so below, means only one of two things. Either it's superstition about stars controlling your life, or it's a poetic metaphor. Neither of those is the full idea. Here's the deeper Hermetic meaning. The phrase is describing a structural law. The universe expresses itself through repeating patterns, and those patterns appear in the mind, the body, nature, and society. Not because magic forces it, but because creation itself is patterned. If one intelligence designed reality, then the design repeats. If reality is an emergent system, then repeating patterns still occur because systems generate fractals, the same shapes reappearing at different scales. Hermeticism sits right on that edge. Spiritual language describing an observation about structure. That's why, as above, so below, has survived. Because it's usable. Now here's the part most people avoid. The Hermetic above is not just outer space. The above is the subtle realm, the level of causes. The below is the dense realm, the level of effects. Above is pattern. Below is manifestation. Above is blueprint. Below is the building. Above is thought. Below is action. Above is intention. Below is behavior. So when the tablet says, below is like above, it's saying, if you want to understand what's happening in your life, look at the invisible pattern generating it. And if you want to change your life, you don't start with the surface. You start with the cause level. That's why alchemy was never just chemistry. It was consciousness. Because the greatest transmutation is not turning metal into gold. It's turning the unconscious into conscious. Turning reaction into choice. Turning internal chaos into internal order. Now let's decode the line the way an actual Hermetic practitioner would. As above means the laws of mind, spirit, archetype, and meaning. So below means the laws of matter, habit, body, environment, and consequence. What does that look like in real life? If your inner world is fragmented, your outer world will show fragmentation. Your relationships will reflect it. Your work will reflect it. Your routines will reflect it. Your finances will reflect it. Not because the universe is punishing you, but because your outer life becomes a mirror for your inner structure. This is where people start getting uncomfortable, because it removes excuses. Hermeticism is not a comfort philosophy. It's a responsibility philosophy. Now, here's the hidden part that most modern takes ignore. The Emerald Tablet is also describing a method for bridging the two levels. It's saying you can bring the above into the below. You can take an invisible principle, discipline, clarity, devotion, courage, attention, and press it into physical reality until it becomes embodied. That's why spiritual traditions focus so heavily on practice, not just belief. Belief alone stays above. Practice drags it below. Into your breath, into your body, into your words, into your choices. That's how the alchemists' thought transformation worked. The subtle influences the dense, but the dense can also refine the subtle through repetition. In plain terms, your thoughts shape your life, but your daily actions also reshape your mind. That is the loop. That is the engine. Now I'm going to give you a real exercise. Simple, but most people will never do it, which is why they'll never understand this. For the next 24 hours, treat every emotional spike as below and ask, what is the above pattern that created it? When you feel anger, ask, what belief was threatened? When you feel anxiety, ask, what future am I trying to control? When you feel jealousy, ask, what desire am I refusing to admit? When you feel shame, ask, whose judgment am I still obeying? You are not looking for a motivational quote. You are mapping the cause level. That mapping is the beginning of transmutation, because once you see the pattern, you can change the pattern. And when the pattern changes, the mirror changes. As above, so below. And as below, so above. In the next episode, we go into the most ignored part of the Emerald Tablet, the one thing, the sun and moon, and what those symbols actually refer to inside the human being.